The streets are completely empty, but the houses are perfect. The mayor legally changed the town's name to promote a website. An entire community lives underground like moles. America's got some seriously bizarre places that make you wonder what people were thinking. We're talking towns where a cat was mayor for 20 years, where everyone drives golf carts instead of cars, and where the population is literally one person. These aren't failed experiments or forgotten ghost towns. These are real places where real people wake up every day and think, yep, this is totally normal. From a town that banned death to a community that exists entirely inside a single building, America's weirdest towns are about to make your hometown look incredibly boring. Number 15, Whittier, Alaska. An entire town living inside one building sounds like a dystopian movie plot. But in Whittier, Alaska, that's just Tuesday. Nearly 200 people call the Baggage Towers home, a 14-story concrete block that houses everything. The school, post office, police station, and hospital are all under one roof. Why? Because winter is absolutely brutal. Snow piles up higher than most houses, and going outside means risking your life. The building has tunnels so residents can survive months without seeing daylight. The only way in or out is through a 2.5-mile tunnel that closes at night, meaning if you miss the cutoff, you're stuck. Number 14, Centralia, Pennsylvania. Imagine a town that's been on fire for over 60 years. That's Centralia. In 1962, someone thought burning trash in an old mine pit was a brilliant idea. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. The fire spread into the coal mines beneath the town, and it's still burning today. Smoke rises from cracks in the ground, the roads have massive sinkholes, and the temperature underground hits 900 degrees. The government evacuated everyone, but a handful of residents refused to leave. They're still there, living among the toxic fumes and collapsing streets. The town that once had over 1,000 people now has fewer than 5. It's the real-life Silent Hill. Number 13, Slab City, California. No rules, no rent, no government. Slab City is what happens when people completely opt out of normal society. Located in the California desert, this community lives on concrete slabs of an abandoned military base. There's no running water, no electricity, and definitely no police. People build homes from scraps, create art installations, and live however they want. It's like Mad Max, but with more tie-dye and fewer car chases. The population swells to thousands in winter when snowbirds escape the cold, then drops to a few hundred diehards in summer when temperatures hit 120 degrees. It's America's last free place, depending on your definition of free. Number 12, Monowi, Nebraska. Population 1. Elsie Eiler is the only resident of Monowi, and she runs the entire town by herself. She's the mayor, bartender, librarian, and tax collector. Every year, she holds an election where she votes for herself, then approves her own liquor license. The town used to have 150 people, but everyone either died or moved away. Elsie stayed because her late husband loved the place, and she keeps his memory alive by maintaining the tavern and library he built. It's the ultimate small-town experience, except there's literally nobody else around. Visitors stop by for a burger and a beer, but when they leave, Elsie goes back to being the loneliest mayor in America. Number 11, Gibsonton, Florida. Circus freaks retired here and never left. Gibsonton became the unofficial winter home for carnival workers in the 1940s, and the town bent over backward to accommodate them. Zoning laws allowed residents to keep elephants in their yards and circus equipment on their property. The police chief was a former circus performer, and the town's most famous couple was a half-man and a giant woman who ran a local fruit stand. Even today, the town feels frozen in time with retired performers still living there. Number 10, Beaufort, Wyoming. The smallest town in America was also one of the weirdest. For years, Beaufort had one resident who owned everything, including the gas station and the trading post. Then, in 2012, he auctioned off the entire town to a Vietnamese businessman for $900,000. The new owner renamed it Fin Deli Town Beaufort to promote his coffee brand, proving that even tiny towns aren't safe from corporate takeovers. Now it's basically a glorified rest stop with a bizarre backstory and a name that makes zero sense. Number 9, Roswell, New Mexico. UFOs aren't just a tourist gimmick here, they're the entire economy. After the alleged 1947 UFO crash, Roswell went all in on aliens. Streetlights are shaped like alien heads, the McDonald's looks like a spaceship, and every store sells alien merchandise. The town has fully embraced the conspiracy theory because without it, Roswell would just be another desert town nobody cares about. Whether you believe in extraterrestrials or not, Roswell has turned weird into profit, and it's working brilliantly. Number 8, Harmony, California. Population 18. This tiny town in wine country is so small that calling it a town feels generous. It's basically a collection of buildings along the highway. But what makes it weird is the name. Harmony was named because the dairy farmers who founded it in the 1860s actually got along, which apparently was rare enough to deserve recognition. Today, it's a tourist stop where people take photos with the population sign and buy overpriced trinkets. The irony? With only 18 people, maintaining harmony should be easy. But small town drama finds a way. Number 7. Chicken, Alaska. The town wanted to be called Ptarmigan, but nobody could spell it, so they went with chicken instead. That's the official story. This gold mining town has about 17 year-round residents who endure brutal winters and complete isolation. The town embraces its ridiculous name with chicken-themed everything. There's even an annual chicken stock music festival, because why not? It's proof that sometimes the simplest solution is the best one, even if it makes your town sound like a joke. Number 6. Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. In 1950, a radio show host challenged any town to rename itself after his program. Hot Springs, New Mexico took the bait and became Truth or Consequences. The host promised to broadcast from there annually, and the town figured the publicity was worth the embarrassing name. Decades later, they're stuck with it. Locals call it T or C because saying the full name takes too long. It's a gamble that technically paid off since people still talk about it, but at what cost? Number 5. Peach Springs, Arizona. The town sits on Route 66 and serves as the gateway to the Grand Canyon's Havasupai Falls. But that's not what makes it weird. The entire town is dry, meaning no alcohol sales allowed. For tourists expecting the classic Route 66 experience with roadside bars and quirky diners, Peach Springs is a buzzkill. The Havasupai tribe controls the area and maintains strict rules, which visitors either respect or complain about online. Either way, it's staying dry. Number 4. Talkeetna, Alaska. A cat was mayor for 20 years. Stubbs the cat won a write-in campaign in 1997 and served until his death in 2017. The town has no real mayor position, so electing a cat was more of a publicity stunt than actual governance, but tourists ate it up. Stubbs had his own office at the general store and managed the town by napping and drinking water from wine glasses. After he died, the town considered electing his successor but decided to quit while they were ahead. It's the ultimate example of weird working in a town's favor. Number 3. Anniston, Alabama, one of the most toxic towns in America. For decades, Monsanto dumped PCBs into the local creek, poisoning the entire community. The contamination is so bad that the soil itself is hazardous. Despite cleanup efforts, the damage remains and residents deal with serious health issues. What makes it weird isn't just the pollution but the fact that people still live there, navigating daily life in a town that's literally poisoning them. It's a dark kind of weird that most places don't talk about. Number 2. The Villages, Florida. Golf cart gangs and wild parties define this massive retirement community. With over 130,000 residents, it's less a town and more a sprawling city designed exclusively for people 55 and older. Golf carts outnumber cars. There are over 50 golf courses, and the nightlife rivals college towns. But beneath the surface, it's strange. The developer controls everything from architecture to lawn height, creating an artificial paradise where nothing feels entirely real. It's Disneyland for retirees, and the control is unsettling. Number 1. Colon, Michigan. The magic capital of the world sounds impressive until you visit. This tiny town of 1,000 people became famous because a magician moved there in the 1920s and started a magic company. Now it hosts an annual magic festival, has a magic museum, and magic-themed everything. But walk around on a normal day, and it's just a regular small town with an identity crisis, desperately clinging to a legacy that barely makes sense anymore. And speaking of places with identity issues, there's one town in America that technically doesn't exist on any official map, but has thousands of people claiming to live there, and the government pretends it's not real.